Hey everybody, welcome back to Leanne's Corner. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I know I am. Before we get into this video, y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Turn on that post notification bell if you haven't already. Don't forget to be active in those comments and share my videos with your family, friends, haters, innovators, and all of those good people, okay? So I just want to give y'all a heads up. This video is going to be a lot of sex talking because this show has a lot of sex in it, okay? So if you're uncomfortable with hearing that, go check out one of my real quick videos. For those of y'all that don't like spoilers, it's okay because I'm reviewing it per episode and once a week. So that way it gives people plenty of time to actually watch the episode and listen to the review. This show has 9 episodes and 2 seasons. So I'm reviewing Fatal Seduction, Season 1, Episode 1, Mr. Wrong. And this is a South African miniseries that's on Netflix right now. And it is so good, y'all. It is so good. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this show reminds me of the movie The Boy Next Door with Jennifer Lopez. It also gives what 50 Shades of Grey should have gave. So let's go ahead and get into these characters, okay? So we have Nandi, who is a law professor, and she's also married to Leonard, who I believe said something about him being a judge in the beginning of the episode. They also share a child together by the name of Zinli, and if I'm mispronouncing it, I do apologize. Stretch it out in the comments down below and be gentle and positive in the comments. And then we got Jacob, who is a student at Zinli's school, and I believe he works on cars on the side. Then we got our friend Brenda. She is Nandi's best friend. Brenda is the wild one. Brenda is definitely the prime example of YOLO. She is live your life to the fullest, okay? We got Yuvo. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. Like I said, stretch it out, be gentle and positive in the comments. Because I really don't want to be messing up these names. But as the show go on, I'll get a little better. Because they just say it so fast to where I can't catch on. And then we have Amira, which is Leonard's assistant. And then we have Laura, which is Zinli's best friend. So the show starts off with multiple sex scenes flashing. And it's hot, y'all. It's real hot. As the sex scenes are flashing, you hear the narrator, which I believe is Nandi, sex, fornication, fucking. I'm like, fucking? Y'all just gonna put it out there like that? Y'all just gonna serve it to us like that and not sugarcoat it? Like, okay. Then we see a pool full of blood, a gun and a sword laying on the ground, a man on a stretcher and a woman in handcuffs being escorted to the back of the police cab, who we later find out that the man and woman is Nandi and Leonard. Nandi is looking scared, shook, and confused all at the same time. They then flash us back to Nandi in Leonard's house, and Leonard's in the room packing his bags, and he gets a text message from Amira, his assistant, and I'm like, here we go, the typical cheating ass husband. Nandi walks in and catches Leonard reading the text message from Amira, and he quickly tosses the phone and asks her about her trip with Brenda, and she like, look, I really don't want to go because I could be doing other things right now, but since she insisted, I'm gonna go ahead and go. As she's telling him this, she notices that he's packing, and she's basically like, where the hell are you going? And he downplays it by telling her that, oh, I'm just going to be working over the weekend and hanging out with you, though. Then Nandi asks him about his new assistant, Amira, and he starts bragging by saying she's talented, she does good work. So Nandi's instantly annoyed because, like, nigga, you really putting 20 on 10 right now. Like, calm down. I didn't ask you all that, okay? Leonard brings up Nandi going back to work and trying again. Nandi completely ignores the trying again part, and he's like, look, if work is going to be stressing you, you don't have to go back right now. She was like, no. Work does not stress me. What's stressing me right now is you in this conversation. That's what's stressing me. What's stressing me is who the fuck that was on that phone. Then we skip on over to Zinli's FaceTime call with her friend Laura. We see in her room that there's swords. And it looks like the same sword that was down on the ground from the beginning, but we're going to keep moving. So Zinli's FaceTiming with her friend Laura, and they're both excited about Zinli's uncle taking them to the morgue. And while they're chatting, it was made known that Laura is into girls. And Zenly ended the call with Laura and skips over to the kitchen and notices that her mom is standing by the pool looking down. So she goes out there to see what's wrong with her mom, and she asks her, well, is it about the miscarriage? And her mom was like, for you to be the age that you are, you're taking this a lot better than what I expected. You're taking it actually better than the adults. And that scene was so beautiful to me because you could tell that Zenly and her mom is really close. Her tickling her mom to try to cheer her up and make her laugh. Like, that was just a beautiful moment right there. So then we're introduced to Yuvo. And Yuvo is out on the beach with his cane and camera in hand. So I assume that he's a photographer and he's out sightseeing trying to get some good pictures, because he takes his camera out and just starts snapping pictures. And then I realized that this man is taking pictures of this male couple and then sends the pictures over to the lady saying that, yeah, he's cheating on you. So I'm assuming he's some type of private investigator. So let's go ahead and skip on over to Miss Nandi, because she done went and took a trip down to Kitten Town. So Nandi was laying in the bed next to Leonard, all sexually frustrated. He over there knocked out, unbothered. Instead of her doing our little move where we poke our butt out and we start scooting and inching over there to him until we feel the flashlight, and then it's on and popping from there, because they don't really be sleep like that for them. As soon as they feel a little booty, a little skin, they ready to stick it in. But instead of her doing that, she goes down to Kitten Town and starts pleasuring herself until Leonard's phone goes off from a text message from Amir. And I'm like, damn, why is she texting him so late? So she get upset after she seen who it was and walks out on the balcony, and somebody's out there taking pictures of her. And I'm like, Nandi, who is taking pictures of you? Like, who do you got following you? And you really couldn't tell if it was Yuvo or not, because they were all covered up. So the next day we're introduced to Brenda. She pulls up and Nandi gets in and lets her know, I know who it is. And she's like, bitch, who? And she's like, the 24-year-old assistant with the nice tits. And Brenda was like, ooh, bitch, let me tell you what I can do with a 24-year-old right now. And I'm like, Brenda is a whole cougar out here, a whole freak. Then we get Brenda and Nandi in the pool, and Nandi is explaining to Brenda that it's been 9 months since her and Leonard last had sex. And while she's explaining that to her, Brenda is like, no, bitch, pause, Mr. Fine, 2 o'clock, look. So Brenda's trying to boost Nandi's head up to speak to the guy that's walking on the beach, who we later find out name is Jacob.
Brenda's like, girl, I know you ain't over here acting like that when you were just complaining about how you ain't had none from Leonard in a while.
So later on that night, Nandi is being harassed by this guy with this wet and wavy bob wig on. And this guy walks up and basically shoos him away. And Nandi and the guy gets acquainted, and then they realize that, hey, this is the jogger that Brenda was trying to get me to speak to. Next thing we know, Jacob and Nandi are on the dance floor, and she is throwing that thing back how she should have been throwing it at Leonard when she was down there in Kitten Town. Too stubborn to ask for some. So then we fast forward to Nandi and Jacob, and I'm assuming they're at Brenda's house because no one ever established if that was Brenda's house or if it was an Airbnb. Nobody said. But in walks Brenda, and she's super lit, and she's looking at Jacob like she recognizes him, and she asks him like, don't I know you from somewhere? Like, your eyes, like, I swear I've seen you before. Your eyes look familiar. And at first, Jacob started looking like, oh shit, cover blown. And I'm like, oh, what is going on? What is going on? Then he says, no, we haven't met before. Then she asks him about his dad. And of course, he says his dad is dead. Then there was an awkward silence, and Nandi's looking at Brenda like, bitch, you doing a little bit too much and you cock blocking. And at first, Jacob was looking all worried, and I'm like, oh, Lord, here where the story starts to twist and turn. Brenda's phone notification broke the awkward silence. It was a notification saying that she was a match, and Brenda was like, I'm out. I'm finna go get ate up.
And I'm over there like, Brenda, you really finna go let somebody from a dating app eat your box? Really, Brenda? Really?
So then after Brenda leaves, Jacob convinces Nandi to come take a skinny dip with him on the beach, and she get out there. When I tell y'all Miss Nandi got a nice body, Miss Nandi body is bodying, okay? I hope I look like that when I get her age. Hell, that's the body I want now. After they come back in from a skinny dip, Nandi's upstairs looking like she ready to pounce on Jacob. And Jacob looking at her like, what, you want me to leave? And she like, nah, baby, drop them drawers.
What about Leonard?
Drop them drawers. After Jacob and Nandy had went on their slide ride, cause the way Mr. Jacob had Miss Nandy up against that slide door, sliding her up and down, had me wanting to go to South Africa looking for him with a flashlight in the daylight, okay? The sex scenes, when I tell y'all the sex scenes were giving, they were giving. This is what 50 Shades tried to give but did not succeed in. So after they done rocked each other to sleep, right? Nani's in the bed having a nightmare about the miscarriage. So I'm guessing from the little movement from Nandi woke Jacob up. And so he started kissing on her. So she's brushing him off and Jacob gets ready to leave and Nandi grabs her phone. And she has missed calls and text messages from Leonard. And now she feeling like, damn, I done fucked up. And Jacob peeps game and he walks out the room. Nandy is over there assaulted because she just cheated on her husband again. And I'm like, again? And it's talking to Brenda saying that Brenda convinced her to cheat on her husband. And I'm like, no. Come on, Nandy, you're a grown woman. So after Jacob leaves, Nandi is over there taking her frustration out on Brenda, saying that I cheated on my husband again. And I'm like, again? Again? I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I was expecting Leonard to have been the cheater. I wasn't expecting it to be the woman. So when I came up on this scene, I was like, oh shit. It just made me dig into it and want to watch it even more. I'm with Brenda when she told Nandi that she's a grown woman and she make her own choices. And I don't think that it was right for Nandi to take her frustration out on her. Like, yeah, she may have boosted your head up, but you can't be mad at her for you going the full mile. So we get over there to Leonard in Nandi's house, and the PI is sitting in the living room, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? But come to find out, it's Yuvo, which Yuvo and Leonard are brothers. So later on that night, Nandi has this dream of her and Jacob kissing in the pool, and walks Leonard holding Amira's hand, and then he shoots both of them in the pool, and baby girl jumped up. Then they take us over to Brenda's house. And she opened some door for somebody, but they never showed their face. And it looked like she was just crying. And she was like, I wasn't expecting you to show up. And then the next thing you know, she's in her tub dead. And I'm like, well, who the fuck was that? But the jacket that the dude had on kind of looked like the jacket that of the person who was taking the pictures of Nandi in the bushes. The next day, you got Nandi in her classroom teaching, and in walks Jacob, and he sits down. And as he's sitting down, him and Nandi are staring each other down, baby. And I'm like, what the hell? And I instantly thought of The Boy Next Door with Jennifer Lopez. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go check it out. It is so good. But this show right here is about 30 minutes long, I think, each episode. This show right here is really good. Y'all definitely, if y'all continue to stay, y'all definitely need to go check it out because this show is that, okay? Drop y'all comments down below and let me know what y'all think, and I will see y'all in the next one.